Hey guys, Shane back here again. We're going to go ahead and review the black and white deck that's currently good in standard 615. Let's get into it. This is Steve Wise's black and white control deck. So let's go ahead and dive into it. I'd like to state that Battlefield Forge is ran in this deck by Steve Wise. I wouldn't run it, and it's kind of a troll card. He's running 61 cards. This is the 61st card of the deck, and we're just going to put it to the side. It's not exactly needed. So let's go ahead and dive into the lands. We got 3 swamps, 4 vents, man land with lifelink, 4 caves, 4 forsaken, 1 sea gate, 3 westvales, 2 evolvings, 2 play-ins, 1 mirror pool, and 1 plains. So pretty simple. If you got any questions on the lands, go ahead and Google them. I'm just going to go into the deck concept since the deck is not the lands. So let's go ahead and talk about the 2 drops that this deck runs. So the first one is an instant called Hallowed Moonlight. Hallowed Moonlight is a 2-drop. Until end of turn, if a creature would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, exile it instead. This is good for those situations where you might be dealing with just even a Gideon on the other side of the field, stuff like that. Just take care of the early game. Try to keep yourself alive. Next is Transgress the Mind. Opponent reveals their hand for 2 mana, and you choose a card from it with a cost 3 or greater and exile it. Ultimate price 2 mana, destroy monocolor. And then Grasp of Darkness, -4/-4 for 2 blacks. Let's go ahead and go into our 3 drops. Ruinous Path, 3 mana, 2 black, 1 colorless, destroy target creature or planeswalker. And for 7 mana, you get to Awaken 4, so you get a man land with +4/+4. I wouldn't say to only do it on Vent, but it is a very good combo when you do it on Vent because it's just good. 6/7 with lifelink. It's pretty good. So, or if you're in a different situation, you can go ahead and do it if you're going to want to swing spread rather than just one compact swing. Next, Anguish Unmaking, 3 mana, 1 black, 1 white, 1 colorless. Exile target non-land permanent, you lose 3 life. It's a pretty good instant, especially for the fact that it's any non-land permanent. For 3 mana, can't beat it. For 3 mana, Read the Bones, scry 2, draw 2, lose 2. Gideon, he's going to be a part of our win con. I'll go into him later, since I'm going to be talking about the win con in a minute. Languish, 4 mana, 2 black, 2 colorless, -4/-4 on all creatures until the end of the turn. So just a giant AoE Grasp of Darkness. Thought-Knot Seer, 4 mana, 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, the target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and they exile that card, but they also get a draw. It's still a very solid card. It's a Transgress in a creature that's a 4/4, so you pretty much have a card that's, in my opinion, 5 value because the Transgress alone is worth 2 mana. They get a +1. It's still worth 5 mana. Only a 4-drop. Let's get going. Next, Reality Smasher, 5 mana, 5/5, Trample and Haste. Whenever it gets targeted by a spell, they have to discard a card. So you're keeping that nasty hand control with this card, and you're forcing them to do it. They're going to be stuck in a position where they're forced to discard cards. Next, Tragic Arrogance. It's pretty much just another Languish that when you can't get Languish, you got Tragic. Next, Sorn, Grim Nemesis, 6 mana. We'll go into it in a minute because it's going to be a part of the win con, somewhat, but I'll describe him in a minute and how he goes into the deck. Then Secure the Waste, which is pretty much our win con, more or less. Reality Smasher can be a win con, but he's not the deck's win con. Full on, you combo off, you won the game. It's kind of the card that keeps you steady, does a little bit of damage, keeps their hand low, keeps them occupied, and keeps you in a greater state. So let's go ahead and talk about your win con. What is your win con, you ask? Your win con begins on turn 4. What will happen is you would get out Gideon, go +1, not be able to swing, or you could go 0. Up to you, depending on the situation and what's in your hand. You go +1 if you got next turn a good Secure the Waste, or any card that you feel like you could get game off of. So then you can follow it up next turn with a -4, get an emblem, or you could just, I prefer to go +1, the -4 the next turn, then the following turn go 2/2 for the White Knight. You get the emblem, creatures you control get +1/+1. It's very good, especially with this next card, Secure the Waste. Secure the Waste, X mana, and +1 white. You put X, where X is equal to the amount of colorless mana you did. 1/1 white warrior creature tokens onto the battlefield. It could be 1, it could be like 15. And they all become 2/2. It's very, very effective, and it will close games out. You don't have very much to do against that unless you're playing against a control deck. But if you're playing this deck the correct way and you're getting the correct draws, they shouldn't be having that board clear at this state of the game. Next up, Sorin, 6 mana, 6 loyalty. Since I didn't describe him, for +1, reveal the top card of your library and put that card into your hand. Each opponent loses life equals to its converted mana cost. Him alone can close out games. You know, Sorin and Reality Smasher can beat out a game very quickly. I mean, turn 6, you could get a really nasty combo. You could be having like Reality Smasher on the field, Sorin, +1, reveal. They already took 5 damage the turn before. You just did 10 damage. Boom, swinging for 15. They're down to 5 over a 2-turn span. That's really nasty, and there's not very much counterplay to it. Next, his -X is Sorin deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. It's kind of like Drain Life from Hearthstone, the Warlock ability, but in Magic. And there's Magic cards like that, I just can't think of the name of them, since I'm an awkward derp. So his -X could take out just about any creature, but that's not where the money is. That's not where you're going. We all know where we're going. We're going for that -9. That 4th turn he's out, you're going for that. Put a number of 1/1 black Vampire Knight creature tokens with lifelink onto the battlefield equal to the highest life total among all players. You can have easily, very easily, 20 2/2, remember, because you get the Gideon emblem, Vampire Knight creature tokens with lifelink. And think about that for a second. With lifelink, if they swing out, you have game. They are not coming back from that. You're getting 20 life. You're going to be at 40. You have game at that point. If you don't, then damn, they made a great comeback. But this is a game closer. This is something that's played about turn 10. This is when you're playing against another control deck. They really outlasted your Secure the Waste. They're empty-handed. You got your Sorin out. You do it. Got your Gideon emblem. You got game. You're going to put that away right there. So the idea is, you get the Gideon out. You push for the emblem very quickly. You follow it up with Secure the Waste. Most of the time you'll have 6 or 7 warriors. And they'll be 2/2, ideally. And you'll have a Knight. Maybe a Reality Smasher, maybe a Thought Knot. That's when you're going to close game. If you can't close the game right there, you go Sorin. His +1 might close out the game. If that can't do it, then over the next 4 turns where he has to get to 10, then the -9 should. So, wrapping up this deck, I like this deck a lot whenever I play it. It's a very interesting deck. It seems like it's going to be very popular in the upcoming metas, especially with creatures that are low drop, and you're going to be able to have a little bit more playability with these mid-range value town decks. These low drop cards are starting to fall out. These mid-range decks are starting to come in. This is a deck that counters that very hard and is going to be legal. So go on. That's going to take out about $10. So no Reality Smasher, but trading that out for Thought Knot Demon, you're going to be saving about $8. You know, Languish is kind of required. All these cards over here are pretty much required. Where you're going to cheap out is the land base and being able to afford dropping the Reality Smashers. So you're going to be saving about if I had to say what I think it is about, because I didn't do the math exactly, you're going to be saving about $100 to $150. The deck runs for $300 in this current state. So you could be budget, have a very competitive multicolor black and white deck that's competitive still and has room to upgrade for about $150 through $200 easy. So hope you guys liked the video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like below. Got any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Want to see more content? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Anyways, see you guys next time.
Get a little bit Genghis, don't want you to